If people
Okay.
shows up, then we're gonna let them in. So welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. This is it's not gonna be a presentation. I'm just gonna give you the lay of the land, what it happened, what it's all about, the culture certification, and most importantly, we're gonna spend time taking your questions and basically addressing why you're here and what you want to achieve. So the three things I want to cover today is basically answer the question, is this for me? Basically, it is something that really might be of your interest, but most importantly also, if you qualify, and like other programs that we run, this requires that people have to submit a form, and we choose, because it's very limited in participants, usually we take 8 people per cohort, so we want to be very intentional about who we choose. Then address the question, why should I join? So even if you feel that you are the right person, this is for you, and we say, oh yeah, we will accept you, well, maybe you don't take it for whatever reason. And of course, I'm going to explain how it works, the structure. The approach is a little bit different to other trainings that we run, because it's not necessarily a training, it's more of I'm going to speak about that, more of a journey for a facilitator. So I would like to hear first from you why you're here. What's your expectation? Why are you curious or interested in joining the culture certification program? In any order, who wants to go first?
I can start. I was just very curious to hear. I've been part of the class for a while, and I'm finding it very interesting, and I'm really just curious to hear what this certification is all about.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
I can go next. I've been following you on LinkedIn because I was part of a book club that had your book featured. And I didn't read the book yet, but the whole concept is very interesting, and I want to shift into that direction in my career of designing, work, the culture and working with it. Yeah. So I'm curious about it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
For me, I've done the master class, I've done the 8-week program, and a natural step would have been in some years ago, the certification part, but I wasn't ready for it for different reasons, probably. And I'm reshaping my business, and also having conversations with you guys with the different community levels, and I want to step up. I want to go one step further, and a logical and necessary step, I think, is doing the certification program.
Beautiful. Great. So yeah, we have a lot of people, to your point, Jan, that are now, because they saw the post about the network, and they say, hey, I want to be part of the network. We say, well, but if you're not certified or in the process of being certified, then it's going to be hard, because it's not just a network for everyone. We want to make sure people that know how to work with our methodology, tools, and so on and so forth. So the thing I mentioned earlier, this is a different kind of program, right? We're going to have sessions, there's going to be some learning, some training tools, etc. But most importantly, this is more of a personal transformational journey. So the focus here is not about the framework, the focus is not the tools, the focus is yourself. So this is very challenging, and of course, it can be as challenging as you want it to be. So the deeper you dive, the deeper you're going to get, and also the more challenge but more rewarding it's going to become. What I'm saying about this, I mean, we run 3 cohorts, it will be our 4th, and even though we make some changes, the most important thing that people agree on is like, oh, I as a facilitator got transformed through the journey. So it's not my words, you can talk to other people, I can give you the contact, but it's basically what happens through the program itself. So this is most of it. So we're going to have live sessions, but also it includes coaching. It includes working with some of your cohort members, like in duos. So you establish a relationship, not only with the cohort and with me, but also you're going to be paired with one of other team members, and guys are going to help each other. So it's very interesting in that nature, because there's a lot of human interaction and support. From a structure standpoint, the program could take you anywhere from 6 to 9 months. So there are people that started in 2023 and they haven't yet finished their certification. And there are people that started this year, 2024, and they're about to finish it, right? So why this? The thing is, we have 7 live sessions. They happen every 3 weeks. We don't have a fixed date because we have people from all over the world. So what we do is we send like a survey with 5, 6 dates and time, and people vote. And usually we find a time that works for most of people, and we meet. During those sessions, we focus on one topic. I'm going to explain what the topics are, and it's a very hands-on stuff. Then there are 5 one-on-one coaching sessions with me. You can use them as you wish, of course, connected to the program. Many people use them from, oh, I want to work on this particular aspect. I want to maybe develop my business, become better at growing my clients. Some people want to focus more on facilitation. And of course, some people bring issues. I'm working with this client. I'm stuck. I don't know how to take this project to the next level. We debrief. The leader is not whatever. So you can use it for whatever you want, and people use them very differently. With one of Marco, a guy from Italy, he's working with a large client, and he has chosen that every session is about the project. So basically, we discuss where he can take the project, he experiments, and then when we regroup, he debriefs me, and we keep working together. So that's up to you. And this is very free. I mean, in the sense of, I don't like to police people. Hopefully you get that from me. We work out of trust. But this is not just attending the sessions. You also need to complete certain milestones, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be overseeing if you complete. Some of them are more visible than others. So you're going to debrief and make sure that you complete those. So the sessions per se, they go from a facilitation. So what it means to become a facilitation, recover or refresh what is your facilitation style, but also experimenting with our facilitation styles, because sometimes we default to a place that we feel comfortable, but for certain projects, we need to switch and get out of our comfort zone. So you're going to experiment with that. Then we're going to work on designing sessions. So how to create sessions, either a project or a one-time session that are really engaging from a workshop standpoint. Then resistance. So once you design it and you're facilitating, what happens in the room? You get stuck, how to deal with people that don't want to do things or boycott the process. Then debriefing the session, not only for yourself, but also for your clients. What are the key takeaways, how we can take it from the next level and continue building that. And then the follow-up, no? So the day after or the week after or the month after, in the sense of even our project is completed, we need to help our clients or teams basically succeed, get them ready for what's next, but also from a consulting standpoint, you want to continue building momentum so your client gets back to you and hire you to do more work, right? So the follow-up entails that. And then these are the two most, these are great for, but these are the most, let's say, curious part of the program. You're going to learn how to design your own canvases, right? So I'm going to walk you through the process of how I've designed hundreds of them, no bragging here, and basically walk you through, I re-engineer, okay, what have I done in the past and how I got to a process. I'm going to help you. In one day, you're going to come up with 1 or 2 tools, and then you can do that to build your own toolkit. And also when you're working a workshop, I do this a lot. Not only have tools that I use most of the time, but for specific sessions, create a tool that's going to help you have those conversations. And then wrapping up with how you position yourself as a thought leadership, and you're going to have to write an article reflecting on the journey, your learnings, and your takeaway when it comes to culture design. And of course, want to guide you on how to craft that as well. So as you can see, very kind of a comprehensive in the sense of what is. The program is asynchronous in nature, so we only meet when we have those every 3-week masterminds and when we have the one-on-ones, but then all the work you do it at your own time. You're going to be part of a private group with your cohort to work with your peers and share. And of course, there's always going to be some kind of a pre-work that you need to prepare ahead. And I'm going to share 1 or 2 videos, short videos with some insight prompts, follow-ups, so we keep the conversation kind of going. What are the milestones I mentioned earlier? You need to facilitate 4 culture design workshops. They can be standalone, they can be part of a larger project. It's up to you to choose how big you want to go. They can be with the same client within the same project or different. That's up to you to decide. You're going to have to identify a personal challenge, something that you want to work on. Could be, I want to challenge my facilitation style. I want to become more I don't know, disruptive or whatever, challenging with my clients, or maybe speak truth to power more than I used to, whatever that is. And then we're going to work on that. You're going to have to develop your own canvas, publish an article, and of course, complete your one-on-ones with me to get your certification. And that's kind of it. So basically, do you qualify? Well, that depends on you, but the most important things, as Ian mentioned, you must have to complete the 2 courses, the Culture Design Masterclass and the Build a Fearless Culture, or be on the process of completing them before the program starts. So there are some people that they were supposed to be here, some that they want to do the certification, so they immediately join. They're part of they're working with Highlight today in the Fearless Culture program, but also they're attending the July Masterclass. So they're ready for this program that's going to start in Q4. You have to submit an application form that's very straightforward to see if you qualify. And then, do you have the right mindset? So we were looking for people who really want to take their practice to the next level, who are really curious driven, not just people that are looking for another certificate. I mean, that doesn't hurt. If you want, I mean, a certificate, you're going to get it. People use it. It gives you status and going to separate you from the rest of people that use the toolkit for sure, and give you hopefully clients and more projects. But we're looking for people that are not just want to collect certificates, but really want to do great work. So this is the link. I'm going to share that, but let's now jump into the questions, some comments or whatever you guys have.
When are you looking to start it? I might have missed it.
We're figuring out, as I mentioned, we did it once per year, but this year we got a lot of requests from people, so we're probably going to launch a new cohort starting Q4 this year. So it's going to run Q4, Q1, 2025.
Starting September, October.
October-ish, yeah. And once again,
October.
that's something that we're going to discuss with the team. Once we select the people, we're going to say, hey guys, do you want to start in September? We can make it. Do you want to start in October? We can make it too. Right. So
Great.
that's why I say it's very flexible because of the nature, like the same way for scheduling the sessions, the live sessions. When it's one-on-one, you get a link and you can choose different times that work for you. And when it comes to the live sessions that everyone participates, people vote and we find a time that works for everyone.
Question, because I didn't take any of the courses that you mentioned, the Cultural Design Masterclass and the Fearless Culture Program. How long does it take to complete these 2? Do you have these offers like running regularly, or trying to assess if Q4 works for me this time, or maybe I have to wait for the next one?
It could work. I mean, I could let the guys here who know they can answer the question for you.
Everything is possible. No, no. The program is 8 weeks. No, the masterclass is one class, so this is easy, and then the program is 8 weeks. So it depends a bit more on your own schedule, I would say. If you're up for it, you can concentrate and go for it. But depends a bit on where you are and what's your current work schedule and what's also your interests. Like I said before, for me, a natural way would have been do the certification because Gustavo doesn't have to convince me anymore that it is useful and important for me. But it was not the moment. Also on financial level, it was difficult for me at that moment. And now I feel more prepared for September, October start with the certification part, if I'm accepted, of course. No.
You've been showing that you have the right mindset, showing up to every conversation we had lately on, so that I can testify. Yeah. So
And
Sorry, because
sorry.
I just posted on the chat some links about this program, but there's the help that Patricia, who runs all the program, she's the program manager. So registrations, some people need financing to pay installments, whatever that is. So she can help you with that. Okay.
Okay.
And you had another question. Sorry for that, Victoria.
Yeah, it was more on that, on the requirements and wondering what's the cost. But I guess I will find out on that link because you mentioned installments and so on. But most importantly, how for the certification program, how much would you say is the, like required effort? I'm working part-time, but I'm also doing an MBA right now, focusing on these topics. So I know, with these things, the more you put in, the more you get out. But there's always kind of an idea of how heavy the program would be.
It's hard to tell, to be honest. I mean, it's nothing compared to an MBA for sure. I mean, or at least among MBAs. Most of the people, not most, all the people that have attended so far, they're full-time consultants, right? So what that means, and many of them are independent, some running their own business with 5, 6 consultants. So what I'm telling you is that there are people that are super busy. They're working like weekends, whatever, and they were able to figure out. But once again, if you have, because it's hard for me to predict most people show up and they do the work really on time. So they find the time. Maybe if I put in contact you can ask Patricia to reach out some of the people that participated or are participating. Maybe you can ask them that question and then it can help you have a more structured response to how many hours they're putting a week or month, whatever the program.
Yeah, it's not that I'm looking for a precise, answer, but it's more or less an idea of how much it would take. So I know if I can commit to it or not based on what I'm doing currently, just that. But yeah, I could engage with Patricia through that email, right?
There was
The help
absolutely,
email.
there was one person that basically she was doing a PhD, working full time and took the program and she completed but but once again, I don't want to say that because one person did it that everyone can, but
yeah. But thank you for the comments.
Yeah. Ayla?
No, they asked the question. I asked the question. They asked the questions that I want. I think it sounds amazing. And Patricia, I'm in I'm in the class right now, the 8-week class right now, which is 2 hours for 1 week. And depending on the self-reflection, I spend 1 to 2 hours on that. And that's me personally. Other people can do differently. But I think you can do it if you're, I say always that especially if you're self-employed, which personally now I am, but my self-employment expands or contracts depending on what I want it to do. And I find this is sort of the same thing. It can be bigger, it can be, more focused if you want, but so that helps.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
For me, there's not many questions left neither. So I was already filling out the application.
Great to go. Yeah. I want to emphasize, I mean, I mentioned that 2 people are already in because they join in the program, the other programs because they want to do this, and we have other people that, to your point, Jan, they completed the other programs maybe last year or the year before, and for different reasons they weren't ready, and now they believe they are and they're jumping. And also the network that we're launching has created an appetite for more people to catching up. So yeah, we're going to be launching this cohort for sure because we're going to have more than enough people. And for those who are watching the record, you can reach to Patricia at fearlessculture.design if you have questions, or reach out to me. I hope we're able to address all questions. I'm looking forward to reading your submission. My team is going to do a first read of the submission filter, and then the final submissions are going to go to me, and I'm going to be the one choosing the candidates. Okay?
Perfect.
Fantastic. So anything else, guys, that I can do for you today?
Today, not.
If
Maybe
you were here, I
tomorrow.
could give you, I could prepare a nice cup of espresso, but that's the only thing that we cannot do virtually yet. But we'll figure out a way to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
So fantastic.
Great.
Thank you for joining. And for those
Thank
watching the
you.
recording, don't
Thank you.
procrastinate, because once we get the first 8 seats, we're going to close the submissions. Okay. So have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Same for you. Bye.
Bye-bye.